Hi folks, this is Shivkumar Mani, welcoming you all to this video training session on sales. During my various sales training programs, when I say various, I mean various industries like automobiles or FMCG, pharmaceuticals, software, banking, real estate, similarly, various industries. When I do the sales training program, when I ask people how much they enjoy this job, the more the common answer that I get across is, "Sir, what you are asking? Where do we enjoy this sales job? You know very well, sir, the pressure we are under in terms of achieving the numbers from the competition, from our own colleagues. So, where is that, or how is it we can enjoy this job?" So, this is the answer I very commonly get across the industries which I mentioned earlier. I was in sales for 25 years, holding different roles and responsibilities. Yes, in the beginning, even I was also in the same impression that sales is a pressureful job. I was also struggling initially until I came across a training program which enlightened me, opened my eyes, and made me to realize certain facts, realities of this job. And that made me to change my perception about sales and approach sales in a much different way. Since then, I've been enjoying this job. Almost 20 years I enjoyed this job in my 25 years of sales career. So I want to share with you people what is that through this video training session. So before I get into this training session all about what we are really intended to look into, I want to share with you people a couple of things which are very, very important. But one, learning is a continuous process. It never stops. There is no full stop. But there are critical factors involved in learning. One is learning is consisting of step number one, knowing. Step number two, understanding. And step number three, practicing it. And step number four, making it as your practice. This is one aspect of learning. And the second aspect is any task you are into, again, it is divided into small factors which is very, very important. Knowledge, technique, application. So in this video session, in this means I don't mean this one particular, the whole training session. I'm going to take you through two things. One is the knowledge and second is the technique. Application, my dear friends, is purely in your hands. So I gave you two aspects of learning. Aspect number one, knowing. That's what is going to happen through this training session. Understanding, that happens when you start clearing your doubts or misunderstandings or the areas which you are not very clear through questions. And then practicing, because nothing becomes as a practice if you don't practice it. So you should start working on this, kicking out your old habits and the thought process. And then once you keep on practicing it, then it itself becomes your practice or your way of approach. And the second aspect of learning I told you is knowledge. We should know what is what, which I will explain you as we get into the session. And two, the techniques. Knowing what is what, I should now be able to get into action. For action, that's going to help me is the techniques involved in it. And the third one is application, applying it in your activities or related activities. So with this introduction, dear folks, I'm taking you into this training session. What is all about, folks? As I mentioned you in my introductory video, the name of this training program is Selling to Facilitation. In this training session of Selling to Facilitation, topic number 1, which we are going to get into, is selling is a myth. Why I'm taking this subject? As I told you, the second aspect of learning the knowledge, you should know what is what. So you should know exactly what is your job. So we need to have a clear understanding so that you will be able to do the right thing. The agenda of our topic 1 is know your job, understanding the market approach from the organization perspective as well as from the customer perspective. And then why this shift? Why should I shift from selling to facilitation? So these 3 points are going to be discussed under topic 1. And for this video session, I'm going to take up the agenda number 1, that is know your job. During my various sales training programs, before I get into the subject, I ask the participants 3 questions, which I'm going to ask and also share the answer. But before I share the answer for each question, you try to answer to yourself what it could be. So the question number 1 that I put forward is, what's your job? Now guys, you answer this question. Folks, what is your job? I used to get a lot of answers. Handling the customer, talking about the product, conducting various activities, attending training programs. Okay, but once I start asking more questions and derive, the final answer that I get is selling, which everyone agrees. So they say that yes sir, our job is selling. They all agree. I mean, this is not something that I have prompted them. This is something that has been derived from them by asking more questions, further, and then they come to this point, selling. So to re-emphasize this answer that they have given, my next question is, so you sell the product, is it not? Now invariably the answer comes from almost all the participants, yes. So they emphasize that yes, we sell our product. Now the interesting catch question number 3. So what I ask now is, what is the most challenging part in your job? So with a lot of deliberations, they all agree that target is our most challenging part of our job. So now, dear folks, I want you people to analyze these 3 questions and the answers that has been derived from these 3 questions. Question number 1, all the sales people, including you, I'm sure by now would have agreed that selling is your job. And the third question and its answer, target is the most challenging aspect of the job. If selling is your job, now the question that comes, the final question that comes from me is, if you are selling, why the target is challenging? Dear folks, do you understand this question? If you are selling the product, how could the target become a challenging one? Because you are selling, you can sell as much. Is it not so? Try to understand the logic behind this answer. If you are selling, if you are doing the selling, then target never becomes a challenge. Now when I put forward these points in front of them, now they start giving reasons for the target being a challenging thing in their job. You know the reason number 1 that comes? Customers not happy with the product. For this one, customers expect something from the product, and the product the sales guy is offering doesn't meet it, so they are not happy with the product. The second point that comes is customers not happy with the offering. the discounts or different offers that the companies give, the customers are not happy. They want more than what we are giving. So this is the second reason that is mentioned why the target is a difficult thing, because a customer don't are not happy with the offering. They don't want to buy the product. And fine, this is the third very important point. Customer prefer a competitive product, maybe due to the above two reasons. Maybe they get what they want in the competitor product, or maybe the offering of the competitor is much better than my offering, so they prefer the competitor's product. Now the best joke is that everyone says this. Everyone say the same answer. When I do the sales training programs for different organizations of the same business, the answer that I get is the same. They prefer their competitor product. So if A says customer prefers the competitor B product, when I do the training program for B, competitor B, the sales people there also says the same thing, that the customers prefer the competitor product, which is A. Now how can this happen? So something is not really okay there, is it not? Now the final one, after a lot of deliberations, because many a times people don't look into this area at all, and this is the area we need to look a lot. So after all the deliberations, the final point that comes out is customer not satisfied with the salesperson's approach. Okay, something, the behavior or the communication style, or understanding the customer's question and accordingly giving the answer, something, maybe a delay in reaching the customer, responding to the customer, whatever it might be. The customer is not happy with the salesperson's approach. But this point comes after a lot of deliberation, because they don't look at themselves. We are so used to always pointing the finger like that. Because of that, the problem is because of this. The problem is that he is the problem. That's the problem. But we never point the finger towards us. Maybe I am also the cause for the problem. Now, dear friends, do you see something, a common factor in these 4 points or the 4 reasons that has been given across? I'm not denying, I'm not saying these reasons are foolish reasons or anything else. I'm accepting these reasons. But that's what I've experienced. You're sharing your experience. How can I negate your experience? But we need to understand a little bit more. So the first point that we're going to understand from these 4 reasons, what is that common factor in these 4 reasons? Yes, guys, as you all correctly guessed, it is the customer that is a common factor in all these 4 reasons. Yes, so the customer is the common. Now we need to come to the conclusion that it is customer centric. My job is customer centric. It is neither the product centric, offering centric, competitor centric. It is purely my customer centric. To emphasize this point, I want to bring in one more point here. So the decision maker is the customer. Folks, I'm sure you'll all agree. Am I right? The decision maker is a customer. Is it your decision? If it is your decision, you can sell as many numbers of your product and targets will never be a challenging thing for you. So customer is the decision maker. So guys, if customer is a decision maker, what exactly is happening in the entire process? In the entire selling process or sales process, what is that exactly happening? Yeah, this again, after a lot of deliberation, we derive this point. Folks, it is buying that happens. It is buying that happens. And what is that not happening? That's also very important. So what is that not happening is selling. Folks, now we need to be very clear about our job. If selling is not happening, then selling should never be my job. Yes or no? Folks, think for a minute. If selling is not happening, how come selling can be my job? So I just wanted to conclude this video to going back to the topic number 1, what it is. So friends, let us conclude that selling is a myth. Myth means what? Our own imagination, which do not have any truth or fact. So how do we now conclude selling is a myth? 1, buying is what happening, because it is customer centric and customer takes the decision. And 2, since buying is the only thing that is happening there, selling doesn't happen. So when selling is not happening, me telling that I am selling doesn't make sense. So when it is not a sensible one, so we have to now conclude that selling is a myth. Now if selling is a myth, what we need to do? That's what we are going step by step. So I told you the second aspect of learning: knowledge, technique and application. So in knowledge, number 1, we have now understood very clearly that selling is a myth and it's buying what is happening there. Now this is knowledge number 1 in topic number 1, that is selling is a myth. Now we are going to get into the second aspect, which we are going to see in the coming video. So folks, you might be having a lot of questions because I am shaking the very belief system that you people have been having all these years. Maybe cultivated by your managers, by your organizations, by your seniors, whomsoever, that you are selling and selling is your job. So now I've challenged the very basic belief system of yourself, saying that selling is a myth. Selling is not truth. Buying is the truth. So you might be having a lot of questions or doubts, or you might require clarification in many areas. So the first aspect of learning is knowing. Now I've told you, you know what is what. Now in this, whatever you know, you might have a lot of questions. So the second one in that is understanding. So to understand, you need who is a person who have understood? A person who has got a clarity on the subject. So to obtain clarity, you should clear all your doubts or questions, misunderstandings or whatever it is. So for that, the best approach is asking questions. So I really look forward from some questions. So how do you ask me questions? Please put your questions in the comment section in the YouTube. That will be the right way of doing it. So after I get your questions, let me collate it and get answers for those questions, and I'll return back to you in my next video, where we will try to clear all your questions as well. The second point in the agenda, that is understanding the market approach. Until then, bye for now, folks. See you later. Thank you.